In the previous video, we discussed liquidity pools, and I gave you a very simple explanation. And for a lot of you, that would make sense. For a few of you, especially those who are newer to understanding meme coins, it still might not make complete sense. But again, not to worry. Go through the video a couple of times, and in this video, I'll clarify a few things as well. But we'll also go to the next step now. What this means when it comes to burning liquidity, stuff like that. So just a reminder, the creator puts in their new tokens into this shop. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove all of this, and we're going to do a brand new example of another coin. So let's start that right now. So let's say we do another example. So this is Pepe. Let's say they're going to launch a Pepe collection, and they want to launch it on Solana. So the place they need to go with their Pepe tokens is Radium. So you create the contract first. So you create the contract. That gives the creator in their own Phantom wallet 1 billion Pepe tokens. So they've got the billion Pepe tokens. Now where do they need to go? They need to go and make a pool. Nobody can buy this. How can somebody buy Pepe tokens if it's just sitting in someone's wallet? And that's all the tokens in the whole world of Pepe Soul is sitting in some random person's wallet, like your Phantom wallet. You watching right now, it's in your wallet. So how is anybody going to buy it? They can't, can they? You need to put it in a shop somewhere so that they can buy it. So they go to the mall, which is Radium. So Radium is the mall. Call it Ray. And then in the shop, they need to open a new shop. Ask Radium, can I open a new shop, please? And can I put Pepe in here? And then I'll put 2K Solana with it. Because people have heard about my collection. I've got a few followers already, blah, blah, blah. I don't want somebody to just buy it all at the beginning. Which rarely happens, by the way. People are so nervous about all kinds of scams and stuff, especially at the beginning of a collection. They're usually the bots only buying $10 here, $5 here. Nobody's spending $500 on a brand new collection that just launched seconds ago. It's too risky. It's very, very rare that happens. And even if somebody did a bigger purchase, a lot of the bots and stuff, they sell within a few minutes because that's what they're programmed to do. So they're gone anyway. So nothing you have to lose sleep over. So you've opened your shop, and now Radium have created the pool for you. Now Pepe is immediately live as soon as the liquidity pool LP goes live. Now, what does the creator get from this? So they've created this pool and they put money into this, but they can't make money from this collection. The only ways they can make money from this collection is if they're selling it for tax, which usually on Solana it tends to be 0% tax, or they hold some themselves. They held back some of these tokens for marketing, like 5% or something. So that would be like 50 million. And they can later sell them into the pool as the price goes up. Because if they sell them right now, they'll just get back for that 5%. They'll probably get back, what is that? We're talking $100. Yeah, $100. So 5%. So they'll just get back their $100. But if this goes to 200K market cap, they'll obviously get a lot more than that. They may get a return on their initial investment into this collection. But again, we're digressing. I'm just giving you a little flavor of how it works as from a creator perspective. So when they create this Radium pool, Radium sends them something. And this is a receipt. They send them a receipt. And on that receipt, it gives them an LPT, liquidity pool token. It's a special receipt token. It's just called a token, but basically it's just a receipt that the creator here gets to keep. So in his wallet right now, he had 1 billion of Pepe. He had 2K of Solana. Those have both gone now. Those have gone. So he doesn't have the tokens anymore, unless he kept some back from marketing. Let's assume he didn't. He's just making it purely community driven. Maybe he'll buy into the collection or something. Who knows? Those are all gone now. But the one thing that is in his wallet is the LPT, the receipt. He has the receipt. Now, technically speaking, if he wanted to, at any time, if the liquidity is not locked or burned, he can go back to Radium with his receipt and he can say, hey, I want my money back. So it's like buying a cardigan or some clothing at Walmart or whatever, Target or whatever, and then taking a receipt and then returning it. You say, I don't want it anymore. I want to return it. And they can do this at any time. So when they do this and they return back those LPTs, they get back the cash that they initially invested. Sometimes more, sometimes less. Again, we're not going to digress and go into that in this particular video because we don't need to. They get money back. So then this will be gone. So all of these will be gone. And then he'll get back money tokens, but usually just cash in Solana back. And that's basically a form of rug pull, almost. And again, I don't want to get into all of the different terms and stuff like that because you don't need to worry about that. But there's terms like rug pulls alone, or there's honeypots and stuff like that. But basically, they're pulling the liquidity. Now, the problem as an investor in this collection is you're here, you're the investor, and you're buying and selling this token. So you've got loads and loads of these Pepe tokens. But if somebody's taken away the pool, there's nowhere to sell your Pepe. You have Pepe, you have 1 million of them. Where are you going to sell? There's no pool left anymore. There's no pool to buy and sell your tokens. So you can't do anything. I mean, you can take this Pepe alone and you can go make a new pool, but you'd have to exchange money for it anyway. So there's no kind of help there. So you can't get your cash back for it because there is no shop. The shop's closed. It's closed. There's no shop now where you can get your money back. That's a problem. And this happens very commonly with collections, especially in the first kind of few seconds to few minutes. And some of these creators, bless them, they're just happy to make a little £100 flip by doing these type of rug pulls. So that's what they do. Some of them launch many times a day and just do this. It's just the way it is. So you have to watch out for this kind of stuff. And because there's no shop now, remember, you can't do anything with your Pepe, so it's gone. It's literally the value of this is zero now. Move on to the next collection. If this has happened to you, that's life. Get on with it, deal with it. That's why you should only, in these new collections, if you don't know what you're doing, you only invest small amounts, etc., which obviously I discussed in a separate video when we talk about trade sizing. Now, how can we avoid this, or what can be different in this situation that will help the situation? Very simple. If they lock the liquidity pool or they burn the tokens. So when they lock the pool, sorry, it's getting a little bit messy, but basically, I need this all here so it illustrates the point. When they lock it, what they're basically saying is they open this shop, and what the creator is saying is, I will lock this. I'll put a lock on the padlock on the door, but that's a padlock to prevent him or her as a creator getting back those tokens and taking the receipt back. So lock basically means no refunds for 30 days. The opposite of when you buy a cardigan or something, where usually when you're buying clothing, you get 30 days to refund and then you don't afterwards. This is the opposite. You get no refunds for 30 days. So that means for 30 days, they can't pull the pool. So people can trade, they can buy, they sell, do whatever they want to, knowing that it's locked and it's safe. Well, for 30 days anyway, and you're never going to hold a meme token for more than 30 days. Extremely rare. So we don't know what the lock period is. The creator can confirm that in all of the socials, or you can go start looking through contracts and actually checking this information on Radium, etc. But again, we won't get into that. But basically, you'll see a lock sign, and they can lock some of the tokens or all of the tokens. This is the other problem. So all of the tokens in it, all 1 billion, they can lock all of them, or they can lock 0.01 of the supply. So be careful. Just because it's a lock sign doesn't mean anything. If they've only locked a tiny bit, that means you have a tiny small shop that you can sell into, but they've refunded the rest. So that small shop, you're not going to be able to sell your Pepe in. It's just too small. So be careful about that. But the best scenario is when they burn it. They literally take that receipt and they burn it into flames. This receipt here is gone. That's the best scenario. And that's where you get that green circle around on Deck Screener, and some other tools will show it as well. Or the creator will actually, the dev will show you the receipt for the burning in their socials. They'll even put on their website and messaging, we're planning to burn the tokens immediately. Now you have to create the pool first. You can't do it immediately. You can't do it before you launch. But literally a few minutes after launch, or even seconds, you can burn them. It's a few clicks of a button to burn. So they should be able to do that. And if they haven't, you need to find out why, because why would they not want to burn it? Kind of suspicious. So I prefer generally, especially if you're new, only trading collections that have locked and burned the liquidity tokens. So if the receipt is burned, there's no way they can go back to the mall and say, I want my money back for that shop I opened. I don't want the shop anymore. Close down the shop. Give me back my refund for my initial deposit for the shop. They can't do that anymore. That's called burning the liquidity token. So when you say liquidity has been burned, you see that all the time in all these collections. That's what it means. But just because they say it is one thing, whether they do it is another. Generally, they do if they've said it. Like it's a little bit more rare. But again, there's a lot of scams out there. You have to be careful. So always look for the green circle around the lock sign, or check their contract addresses as well. And I'll show you all about contracts in a separate video. Obviously, we'll go through that. But you don't want to waste too much time on that. If it basically shows on the platforms that it's locked and burnt, they pick up on that anyway automatically. They screen for that automatically, so you don't need to worry. You can go ahead and buy and sell the collection. Now, this doesn't mean that the collection price is going to go up and down. What it means is that initial 2K is never going to go below that, because that's burnt now. That's the absolute minimum. And you can't suddenly lose all of your money. Yes, you can lose a good bit of your money if the price you bought really high and it goes down. But it'll never be zero, because there's no way it can be. This forever will be locked, these Pepe tokens. And it's even 6 months from now, this Pepe token could rocket, even if it's sitting at 3K market cap for months, years, days, doesn't matter. Because it's completely safe now. There's nothing anybody could do to scam here as such. And you can buy and sell and pump and dump the price, but you can't really scam in any way once it's locked. It's a very important video, this. So if you need to, this video and the previous one, just go through it one more time. But as you invest in most collections and as you read posts about burning and not burning and locking and not locking, it will all make a lot more sense. So don't stress. As you start trading regularly, this will all make sense.